it's always a paradigm shift that you have to aim for. Successful companies like Uber and Ola and all that, COVID happened, right? And in countries like India, they used to give 33% or something, commission to the drivers. Drivers are the ones who have invested everything, right? And all that is happening. And then now next comes COVID. Drivers are out of business because Uber is cannot promise, and it's not that drivers can go somewhere else to get business, right? They can't go to their old business model. I mean, it is bad for everybody. Now also it's bad for Ola, it's bad for Uber. Now what do? But these things actually for an entrepreneur, ask for that entrepreneur to be so creative to come up with a paradigm shift business idea. Now, when I say paradigm shift business idea, it doesn't mean I have the idea. If I had the idea, I would have implemented it, right? Which means, how did Ola and Uber came? I mean, 7-8 years ago, before the era of this, and I know there were some cabs you would call the cab companies, right? I mean, yellow cabs, or I'm talking even before Meru and all those guys came. Huh? There used to be some cab companies. First was that Dabba, black and yellow ambassador, right? You go to a neighborhood, especially in Delhi and all that, वो बंदा दारू पी रहा होगा या सिगरेट पी रहा होगा, right? उसको देखो पहले, right? वो देर उठाए वो सरदार जी होंगे पहले ज़्यादातर तो, right? ना उठो जी जाना है, right? बोले कि आज ही जाना है ना, हुनर ट्रेन छूट रही है या मतलब प्लेन छूट रहा है. So the guy is, if he is in a mood, he'll say yes. Otherwise, you are on your own. You have to find Tonga or rickshaw or something. कि rickshaw ले लो, बस 10 number बस ले लो, वहाँ चले जाओ, वहाँ से भी कुछ और मिल जाएगा. I mean, I know I have lived through all this. I mean, all my gray hair will tell you. And I was in India for first 25 years or 23 years of my life before I moved to US, right? And I mean, I've seen all those things in the childhood and all. And later on, when I used to come, there was those cab companies. And initially, those cab companies were very exciting. You call them the cab comes, right? Later on, it became, and everybody started using those cabs. Then, if 9 o'clock you call a cab, there's no cab available. Now it became that, okay, the night before you call a cab, the guy will say, okay, I will come at 10, right? But 9:30 you'll get a call, he's not coming, right? All those things. Then came Uber and Ola. Now that problem required a paradigm shift. It's not just about the call. I mean, you can have an app, right? In app, you can actually know whether the guy has started or not, right? Or the guy has been allocated to you or not, right? And if not, you can make an alternate arrangement rather than waiting for somebody to call you 10 minutes before you're actually supposed to get a cab and things like that, right? So that you understand what I'm talking about, paradigm shift, right? So that to me was a paradigm shift and for the cab companies, I mean, those cab companies had to do huge capital investment in the cabs. The yellow cabs or Meru and all that required huge capital investment, right? And the cabs were in bad shape, right? I mean, because they are only for taxi. So then came Uber, Ola, where a private owner of a car can also, I mean, I'm not talking just India, by the way. In US, majority of the cars that you get through Uber or Lyft, we have a company, are actually private cars. Except in New York and busy cities like San Francisco, Los Angeles, and New York. Like I live in Atlanta. Most of the time, I get a private owner. Like I suppose I want to just earn some extra money. I will just sign up. I'll get training with Uber, and I will just become an Uber driver. I'll just put the Uber sticker, Uber, app, and this. Now that was a paradigm shift. That was a major paradigm shift in the market. One, it broke the monopoly of just the cab operators, right? And it also gave people chance to earn money, right? I mean, which otherwise, I mean, people sitting at home, let's say. I mean, I knew some guys who would work, let's say, otherwise work in Home Depot for $10, $12 an hour. All of a sudden, they were earning $20 an hour just by driving Ola or driving Uber or Lyft, right? So, paradigm shift. Now, I know in India, it still kind of was in the hands of some cab operators, but the way it broke original Meru and those yellow cab monopoly was that I'm an entrepreneur like you, and I just say, okay, I have investment to buy 5 cars, and I can put 5 cars, 5 drivers, and I can put all those cars in Uber or Ola, right? And start making money, right? So it kind of, in Indian market, it created that new business model. I know myself, I mean, some of my nephews and nieces got into that business. I mean, I invested in some also. They said, we want to buy just this so that there is a steady income coming, right? Now, during COVID, everybody's income dropped. Everybody's, situation was bad. Those companies are not doing well. So you cannot now open another Uber or Ola. You have to come up with a new paradigm here. Now, whatever that is, I don't know. If you're taking it every day, think about how to solve this problem. Is the solution now? Some companies have done, by the way, in US, only EV, only electric vehicles. Another set of companies, smaller cities, right? They are doing scooters, electric scooters, those, right? They're automating, right? You put your credit card, many smaller distances, right? In a university town, you can use them, right? I mean, I'm just giving you an example. I mean, now you have to see if any of those ideas can work in your market. I want to do something to solve this problem in Bangalore, right? Bangalore, see, a lot of traffic. How do you solve this problem? You have to think through this a little bit more. Maybe the idea is that I want to go from here to watch a movie in INOX. You tell me what is the fastest way for me to get there. I'm just throwing an idea. You tell me I should take this train from here to there. From there, I take an auto or this, and I'll reach faster. You have to calculate all those. This is a great technical problem to solve. It has no capital investment in terms of owning anything. You're using existing. यहाँ से रिक्शा ले लो, यहाँ से ऑटो ले लो, यहाँ से बस ले लो, यहाँ से ये ले लो. बट आप ऊबर में जाओगे, आप ट्रैफिक में अटकोगे, आपको इतना टाइम लगेगा. इसमें जाओगे, मेरे तरीके से जाओगे, आप 1 घंटे में पहुंच जाओगे. मुझे कोई अच्छा है कि ऐप मुझे मिल जाए, वो मुझे बता दे. तुम यहाँ से वॉक करके यहाँ जाओ, यहाँ से ट्रेन पकड़ लो, ट्रेन से उतरो, ऑटो मिलेगा, ऑटो से वहाँ चले जाओ. I will love that. Map the entire trip and the time and everything for me, and keep the auto ready for me if you can while you're at it, or a small car, whatever, a scooter ready for me. Right? I mean, I'm just giving you throwing some, I don't know as much, I don't claim to know this market, right? But these kind of things require paradigm shifts for you. And that is the beauty of startups, I would say.